fabulous Friday. How are you doing, guys? I am Darlene. Welcome in. I will be doing some readings tonight, mini reads, but I'm going to start with a weekend check-in to see what's going on. 1 second here while I get my device open over here so I can see your comments. And we'll get started. How is everybody tonight? Did you have a good week? I did. I actually gave myself permission to do some extra self-care this week. Basically, I just didn't go as hard, essentially is what that means. I did not go as hard as I usually do. Hey, Summer Vibes, how are you tonight? Trying to get me opened up here on my device. 1 second. There we go. Now I can see. All right, that's better. Oh, well, it starts out slow, but it gets going here pretty quickly. So everybody's, getting the notifications, and they'll be here. No worries. I'm not worried. And, well, I don't know, unless you're a Scorpio, because we don't mind that so much. We really don't. We enjoy our own company, so to speak. 1 second here. Let me get my deck out. All right. Hey, Ellen, how are you? Good evening. Welcome to the channel. You guys have big plans for the weekend? I don't. And I'm happy about that. Yes, Jay. Bless your heart. And happy birthday, by the way. I am so happy you're celebrating your birthday. I know that Michelle's going to be here, so don't worry about me. I'll be fine. And I just really kind of been having you on my mind lately. Is everything okay? Are you doing all right? You've been kind of quiet lately, and I noticed. So worried about my Jay. All my children's. And I think of you that way. Thank you, Jay. Much love to you, too. Just know I'm thinking about you, okay? Let me know if I can do anything. Okay? And you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. And enjoy your visit, your plans. I know you've got 2 or 3 things planned for the weekend. So I'll be thinking about you. Annie Lynn says she's on vacation. Tanya. Hey, Tanya, how are you doing tonight? Tanya, I tell you what, I'm not going to do a free reading tonight. However, my son's on here. Hey, Bobby, how you doing? Where are you in Florida tonight? Where are you in the wonderful state of Florida? Yeah, wine is after the reading, sweetheart. After the readings. I got to work. St. Augustine. Okay, I wasn't sure if you were going to make some stops down along the way. Gosh, it's been 40, 50 years since I've been down there. It's a beautiful old city. Tanya, I was going to say, I'm starting something new as of tonight. And I am going to be giving away a free reading, but not on the live tonight. However, here's how you can get a free reading. You can go on any of my other videos except the lives. Not the lives, any of my other videos. You have to be subscribed to my channel and just make a comment, I am loved. Just put that in the comment of any video except the lives. And at the end of the week, since I'm starting this on a Friday, it'll be the following Sunday. I will pull a handle out and I'll do a little quick video and announce the winner. I'll just pull them out of a bowl or whatever. So that's how you can get a free reading if you want one. Well, say hello to St. Augustine for me, son. I hope y'all have a fun time down there and see the old city. I remember your dad and I went there. I've forgotten what the name of it was, but it was like one of the original structures of the city. It was very interesting. It had beautiful tiles and, it was just worth going to see. So I don't know what y'all are going to see there, but send me pics. You know, I live vicariously through you. Good evening, Hunter and Samira. Good evening. Welcome in, everybody. Benjamin, good evening. Oh, I'm glad you said that, Tanya. Thank you for reminding me. No, the paid readings, let me get this posted here. Or wait 1 second. I'll do this and you can have the information. I get busy visiting and then I forget to post it. 1 second here. My chair is making all kinds of weird noises. I don't know what to do about that. Okay, here we go. So what the deal is here, I'm going to start by doing a general reading for the weekend. And then for anyone who wants to purchase a reading, they are $20 on Super Chat or $15 with PayPal. The link is pinned at the top of the chat, so you can go there. Hello, Abhishek. Welcome in from India. Hey, Sam. Good evening. Sam, I'm going to be doing some readings. I will be doing some readings using tarot cards. It's just a tool, one of the many tools for being able to do that. So I'm going to start by asking, because most of you want to know kind of what's happening in love. So this is for the weekend. Generally, I do a Friday night or, excuse me, sometimes Thursday night reading for the weekend. And then I'll do a Sunday night. Usually, I typically am here on Sunday night, and then I do one for the week. So that's what we're going to ask about tonight. I was kind of just waiting. I know one or two of my other moderators will be here shortly, so just wanted to be sure y'all were taken care of, because I don't want to be too distracted doing the reading, because I'm visiting with you, and I do. I love to visit with y'all. Jay, I thought you were leaving, but thank you. Like I said, I know Michelle is coming. I talked to her earlier today, so I know she'll be here. She's probably just feeding her boys. All right, let's go here. Let me start by, I'm in Alabama, USA. It's where I am. All righty. Whoa, out of the gate here. I didn't even get my question asked. So I'm going to make note of that card. All right. We were asking what's coming toward my collective, my viewers in love for the weekend. Anything we need a heads up on? Let's see. Let's see. What's coming toward us? All right. Uh-oh. Hold on. I think I'll wait. We won't talk about that quite yet. And I'll show you the cards. I know y'all can't see them. Happy to do that. One second, guys. All right. Good evening, Francis. Abhishek, am I saying that correctly? Please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. I'm happy to do a reading for you, but you'll have to purchase one through the link at the top. I do give away stuff, but I can't do that all the time because the power company doesn't care how much I give away. They just want their money. And all right, what do you want to tell me? Come on, guys. Come on. Let's see what the tea is. Let's go this way. Well, okay. Do you want? Well, somebody's got a little bit of a shakeup coming. It's not like a tower moment, but somebody out there. Now we're talking about romance. Somebody out there in my viewer world is going to feel a bit manipulated this weekend, and I hate to start off with a downer message, but it is what it is. Because we're starting off with the Six of Wands. This talks about failure, essentially, is the short message of that. Now, this could be, I did say love. I did say love because I'm getting a kind of a little slowly different message for some of you, but let's stick with love right now. So something that you'd hoped, obviously, would go successfully, it looks like it's not. Or, bear in mind, this could be talking about somebody else we ask about in your romantic life. So maybe somebody else is having a lack of success and it's affecting you. Because I've got in the middle of this, the Empress. She's someone who represents expansion, creativity, nurturing, all the good stuff, fertility, in all the senses. Not she is depicted as pregnant on the card, but this is all the ways that fertility can show in your life. So that's good. But then this is bookended by this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. This talks about things not being like a lack of stability, instability, something. Maybe this could be something like, this could have to do with money, actually. Maybe you thought you were going to sell something and it didn't sell, or maybe you thought, yeah, I'm seeing somebody out there selling their house and they thought they had a contract and it's like not going how you thought it would go. Something like that. It doesn't go as you planned and it could affect your money. So y'all watch your money this weekend. Be careful. And remember, also we are at the beginning stages of Mercury retrograde. We've got Neptune going retrograde. I think Saturn goes retrograde on Sunday, I think. So we've got some pretty big players that will be changing directions, and that affects things. So in particular, like for those of you who are not familiar, not Neptune, Mercury in particular affects electronics and communication. So I keep seeing somebody signing a contract or trying to negotiate a deal and it not going your way. So I don't know who that's for out there, but be mindful. Be sure you read the fine print multiple times, because this can, in the reverse, this can mean some kind of a loss of money. It can mean instability. It can mean trouble. By trouble, I mean disharmony in the home. It can also mean that. And the reason I said somebody here ends up feeling manipulated, I have this Magician at the bottom of the deck here in the reverse, and that's what he means to me when he's in the reverse. You know, somebody thinks they've got lots of options here, and then they make a choice, and then the plans don't go their way. That's essentially what these cards are telling me. All right, let's see. Mish. Seriously, Mish? Oh, no. You remember us talking about Adia didn't get notified for 2 or 3 lives, she said. And the only solution I've heard other channels talk about is delete the app, reload the app. You'll have to sign in again. You know, you may have to unsubscribe and resubscribe to the channel, turn your notifications. I mean, like the whole business. I don't know why that is. But thank you. Thank you. Jay was here for just a second, but he's on his birthday weekend. He's celebrating tonight, so tonight, and he's got some other plans tomorrow. So he said hello, but He's heading out. And Mish, I did make an announcement at the beginning of the video for your information. Y'all, I'm talking to my moderator in case you didn't know. My extraordinary moderator, Mish, that I'm not doing any free readings tonight. However, for anyone, I am going to do a free reading giveaway. So for anyone who wants a free reading, they are going to comment on any of my other videos other than the live videos, not the live videos, my pre-recorded videos. You can make a comment on any of those, and the comment needs to say, you have to be subscribed, number one. Number two, make a comment that says, I am loved, on any of the videos except the lives. And then I will put all those names, handles, into a ball, and I'll draw out a winner here Sunday a week from now. So that's how you get a free reading. Christy is here. What? Oh no, already, Christy? Oh God, I'm so sorry. Well, you've got so much on your plate right now between Mama and I know other things. I know you've got a full plate. I am so sorry, honey. I feel you. So watch it. Yeah, watch the spending. Let me see what else wants to come out for us. Let me see what's going to show up here for the rest of the message. And then I'll get some advice too for everybody if that helps. I think we kind of know, but let's see. I do love that the Empress is in the upright, so don't be daunted by these. You know, it's kind of like, stand your ground, show your stuff, you know, strut your stuff, show your feathers, all that. Don't forget to do some self-care and love for yourself in the middle of all this. Well, I know you're doing the right thing, Christy. Of course, yeah, it is okay. By the way, I love you. I'm sending you a big hug. Okay, so whoa, alrighty, let's see. Whoops. Miss, you're amazing, God. You must be one of those that types about 100 words a minute. She's already got that in shorthand and putting it up. You're something. All right, well, okay. So, I like this. Now, this is completely like opposite message of that. That's so weird. Okay, let's see. Let's see what this is about. Do you know, I have to say, because I said I designated this as a love reading, but I know when I started, this didn't feel like love to me. This felt like general. So let's kind of say this could be for my general audience, people who, you know, are not looking to date or love or any of that kind of thing. Now, it can be for both, but it just felt like that was a message about money for you guys. Now, this is more, I think, pertaining to love and romance. So, this would speak about someone who's single as a Pringle, ready to mingle, all the good stuff, but she is very independent. She has her own money. She doesn't need anyone, right? She is confident. Her energy, now this is the minor arcana version of the Empress, which is interesting. Minor and major arcana. Followed by an Ace of Pentacles. This talks about a new offer coming in, the universe giving you a new opportunity, something. In a money reading, this would be like a job offer or some kind of a windfall or something, but this is love, so we're talking about that. It could be somebody coming in who's now single, or if you're dating, you might be meeting someone, you're single, and somebody's coming in and saying, hey, let's go get a little cocktail together. Now, I have to say, because this card, the last card here, is the Judgment card, I don't have the quintessential card that talks about someone from your past, but how can you reconcile with someone if you haven't already known them? That's kind of how I look at this. It can also mean someone who's becoming awakened. So, okay, that's good too. So even if this was somebody new coming in that you might be meeting this weekend, it can be saying, but this person is woke. In other words, this is not a knucklehead you're about to meet. And it's going to make you very happy. We like that. Yes, please. And this is somebody who, well, I think this applies to both of you. You'll want to put the work in. You want to put the work in. You want to put the time and energy into this. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's so strange. That does feel like that. Those first 3 cards feels different than the rest of this. Well, I could stop there, but why? Let me keep going here. Oh, Liza's here. Hey, Liza, how you doing, sweetie? Happy Friday to you, Liza. All right, what else can you tell my peeps for the weekend? Please and thank you. This deck has really been wanting to talk until tonight, and it's like kind of shy, or I don't know. All right. We may need to switch, get another one. You done talking? I know that's not all the information. I know. Let me get, where's my other one? Okay. Maybe we'll get some more information out of this one. That was it, Liza. You are that powerful, no question about it. Because you jumped in here, shifted the... We have now done a... shifted paradigms. Desi's here. Awesome. It's so good to see you again, Desi. Desi, I don't know, Mish, who's here every time just about, she didn't get a notification tonight either. Now, I can tell y'all, you might need to update your app. Also, YouTube just made a change today about some things. So sometimes that, and what I had to tell, what I told Mish was, from hearing this from other creators, the only solution that I know of is you delete the app, reload the app. I know it's a pain. You have to sign back in, unsubscribe, resubscribe, hit the notification bell again, all that. I don't know any other answer for that. So maybe try that when we get done tonight. Yeah. I mean, they kind of force you to update by doing things like that. I think sometimes they don't tell you that, but... Okay, what else for my viewers? Come on, this can't be all the story. It's never that simple, is it? I guess I'm waiting for that shoe to fall. Hey, Crochet Queen, how are you doing tonight? I did a reading for whom it connects. Wait, now, for whom it connects with? All right, you have to tell me more about that. These cards, y'all are not wanting to take. Maybe Tarot's saying it really can be that simple and that good. Okay. I have to tell y'all, I have noticed a real, yeah. Oh my God, Tarot's so funny. I can't help it. What did I just say? You know, I'm second guessing. I'm looking for the shoe to fall, waiting for the shoe to fall. Can it be that it's that simple? And Tarot throws me this card, which means overthinking. It means analysis paralysis. Don't overthink it, Darlene. Don't overthink it. Don't. Okay. All right. All right. I hear you. Okay. But this also is applying to you guys. I mean, when this offer comes in, or you meet this new person, or this person comes back from the past and wants to offer you something, don't overthink it. That's hysterical. Oh, goodness. And my team, they have such a good sense of humor, thankfully. Yes, Desi, Misha's Moderator Supreme, please follow her lead. And Desi, I also just started something tonight, FYI. Probably not going to be doing, well, not on a regular basis, giving away a free reading here in the lives. So the deal is, oh goodness. Okay, message for you too. But yeah, because why? It's so funny you said that. He's been ghosting you. Guess what just came out? Verification. The Hermit. That's ghosting card. Yep. Anyway, I was going to tell you, just since you just got here. So I am offering to do a free reading giveaway. So the way anybody who's just come in maybe might want to know this too. So the way you get a free reading is you have to be subscribed and then make the comment, I am loved, on any of my videos that are pre-recorded, not the live videos, but any of the other videos. Make the comment, I am loved, and I will automatically enter you, and I will draw the winner Sunday week. So that's just for anybody who didn't hear that the first time. Okay, here we go. Well, that's right. So this could be somebody that ghosted you. Yes, it could be. I don't know. Did you ghost them? They ghosted you. Yeah, somebody. Okay. Now, I asked for what's potentially going to happen this weekend. And so we have to assume this is predictive. That being said, this kind of feels like energy that's already happened. I have to say that. So for some of you, if this has already happened, then know this is just telling me the backstory. If this hasn't happened, be on the lookout, okay? Somebody ghosting. But I feel like this is past energy. Somebody who is emotionally unavailable, or this can be overindulging. Heads up. Yeah, heads up. Don't overdo it. I'm just saying. And either that causes a conflict, or this overindulging and ghosting is because of a conflict. Yeah, that might cause some kind of fight. Because somebody here is seeing the truth about something. Okay. Now we're getting in it. Now we're getting in it. Thank you. Chrissy's saying backing up and overthinking nonstop. I needed that card. I know it. And the picture, you know, you're an artist like me, so a picture's worth 1,000 words. There it is. There you are. But now here's the thing, Chrissy, I have to take a second. Look at this card. If you look at it, well, maybe not in this deck, but in some of the decks, her hands are in front of her. These ropes or bandages, whatever they are very loose. She could literally untie them, take the blindfold off, and walk out of this situation. So this is self-imposed is the implication there. Know that you can walk out of it. Easier said than done, don't we know? Don't we know? Oh, Crochet Queen, you want me to read your last comment? All right, let me see. Well, where is it? This one, I did read that. You're saying I did a reading for whom it connects with. Did I miss something? Or maybe you were talking, maybe you weren't even talking to me. Maybe you were talking to me. Sorry, I'm going to stay over here. Thank you to my fabulous moderators who are handling all that trash over there and trolls and stuff. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all to pieces. Okay, yeah. Well, here we go. Well, look who's back. Look who's back. Miss Single and Independent here is back. So whatever this situation is that's causing this conflict, it puts you at a crossroads, collective. It puts you at this crossroads. And yet, here you are. So I didn't ask for advice yet. I think you already know how to get back to this. I think you know how to get from here to here, Christy, and whoever else is watching and listening. So this is just kind of a heads up. You got something brewing for the weekend. I don't know what it is. Again, it could be indicating, because this is somebody either who overindulges sometimes or somebody who's not emotionally available. I mean, that's the way I read that card. But here you are again from another deck, 9 of Pentacles. Independent, got my own stuff. I did all this by myself, by the way. I don't need anybody else. If she has somebody in her life, it's because she chooses them, not because she wants them. And guess what's back? From here, I got to show y'all. This is so, well, where did it go? Oh, I shuffled it out over there. Remember the previous deck, we had the 9 of Cups at the bottom, and I talked about that. Yeah, and that brings you happiness. Well, look what's back at this deck. So I think Spirit is saying, oh my gosh, this is eerie. These same cards, y'all, I kid you not. I wish I hadn't shuffled that away. Wow. Focus on what makes you happy. And because you guys know, I always talk about law of attraction here, okay? Nobody here's a victim. I got to preach about that in a minute. Nobody is a victim. If you're a victim, you need to swipe on, because that's not your channel here. Nobody's a victim. Everybody needs to take responsibility. That doesn't mean you're responsible for other people being idiots. They're going to be idiots in the world. Knuckleheads, as I call them. But you take responsibility for your part. So what I mean by that is, if somebody has caused a conflict for you, or overindulges, or whatever this kind of conflict is that you end up having to deal with, if that happens, okay, they've done what they've done. But you have a choice about what you're going to do, what your part of participation is in that, right? It's never about what happens to you. It's what you do with it that matters, okay? And I think Spirit is saying, look, none of that, none of this nonsense changes this. None of that nonsense, no matter how much you may feel stuck, changes any of this, or your self-worth and what you've accomplished in your life. No, it doesn't. So focus on your happiness. Focus on what makes you happy. Focus on being happy. Take responsibility for your happiness. Because as I always say here on my channel, first of all, happiness is a choice. Get busy getting happy, because if you are depending on things outside of you or people outside of you to make you happy, or for you to fill your proverbial cup of happiness, it's going to be a lonely, sad journey, because people don't do, everybody's kind of out for themselves in this world, sadly, and so you have to be responsible for that. You have to find a way to make yourself happy. It's a conscious choice, and if you aren't changing, you are choosing, meaning you are choosing to stay here. If you're not making the choice, this is the Lover's card. This is a love reading, but this also talks about a choice. This is your choice. Choice about a person, choice about whether or not that person does whatever they do. You have a choice about what to do with that. And Spirit's saying, choose happiness. This is personal fulfillment, which can lead to more of a family choice. This can imply family in a broader, not just personal happiness, but a broader happiness like family and so forth. So anyway, okay, and then If you don't want to do that, you don't do that. But look who's here. So it is a choice whether or not you give your, who and what you give your feelings to, who and what you give your love to. This is the Queen of Cups in reverse. She normally in the upright is unconditional in the way she gives her love. So if there's somebody coming toward you that might be a little needy, let's say, or you come across somebody who is this way, who's even overindulgent again, but needy is the energy I most get off of this Queen of Cups in reverse. If you get somebody, encounter somebody like that, remember this Empress? She's back again. It's saying know your self-worth, right? You can do your own. Where did she go? Wait a minute. There she is. You can expand. I love this. I mean, the cards are just repeating from two different decks here. Empress, Nine of Pentacles. Empress, Nine of Pentacles. So, again, this is a choice you have to choose about who and what you nurture, meaning yourself, hopefully, and other people, sure. But hopefully you're not going to get stuck in this nonsense. This is the Hangman in reverse, talks about somebody who's not willing to get a new perspective, who's not willing to change how they're thinking about something, who's not willing to surrender to a situation that's making them like this, that's giving them those sleepless nights. So if this is not you, it may be somebody that's coming towards you, but be this little naive Page of Cups. He's somewhat innocent, even immature, and we can say that's a negative, but I don't think in this case. Maybe it's just saying, remember when love was innocent and feelings were innocent, and maybe when you felt this way about somebody when they came toward you. Now, also, because this is a love reading, I have to say this card represents apologies. So it could be somebody's coming toward you to apologize for something they did that was some kind of deception, and that makes you very happy. I love it. Oh, these cards are magnificent tonight. I love how the story's unfolding because now... So, again, if somebody comes toward you and tries to play mind games, this is also a card of self-sabotage, but it talks about ego and pride, right? And when you focus on that, remember this Ten of Pentacles up here in the other deck in the reverse, now it's in the upright. When you do that, when you focus, yeah, I mean, I need more hands. When you focus on loving you and your self-worth, I know she's in here. Goodness me. When you focus on your self-worth, your value, knowing your value, then the stability can come back, right? All of that can return. Life is returned to good. The glitches are gone from the matrix, and everybody can relax again, except for this person. So don't end up like this person. Don't you be this person. I think this is the person who was trying to give you this, because I think that's a message. Whoever this person is, who ends up trying to play mind games, and where's the Seven of Swords? Whoever is trying to play mind games and trying to put forth some kind of deception here is going to end up like this. Remorse and regret. Yeah. Somebody here is possibly that you've been dealing with, or you may deal with this weekend, is very self-absorbed. Yeah. Secrets, lots of secrets, things you can't see. Okay. Okay, well, so heads up, everybody. Heads up. Now, that's a whole lot of cards, but let's see if they want to tell us, give us any more like advice. I think that was advice, but we'll ask. I don't think I have anybody waiting, do I, Michelle? I could do a little bit more, maybe. Any advice for my collective? Oh, Desi, are you? That happens. There's a lot going on in these lives that people, I mean, yeah. There's layers, and then there's all kinds of stuff that's going on. Okay, I didn't get the question out, but maybe you, collective, are ghosting somebody this weekend. But this talks about pulling back. Just take a minute. Go back into, the hermit goes into his cave to get inspiration and guidance from the divine. So you might need to just take a step back. And for some of you, yeah, this is bringing up memories from the past. Could be somebody from the past. Could be family. Could be, you know, dealing with an issue with family from the past. I mean, all those things. Yeah, family. Yeah, maybe somebody, again, this is coming up. Somebody, again, who did not, that's in there. Yeah. Is not willing or able, willing is what I'm hearing, able to change their perspective about something. Maybe somebody that's trying to hold on to you, or, now for those of you who are not watching this for a love reading, this is the Miser card. Be mindful that, again, I feel like for some of you, those first few cards was talking about a money reading. So watch your money a little bit. Be prudent. Be prudent. For those of you who, this is somebody from your past coming back, they find you very attractive, I can tell you that. But at the same time, I think you're saying, I don't know if I want to reconcile with that person because I don't think they're, you know, we got two groups here. I think some of you are meeting someone new here. And that your new person is awakened. And then some of you have somebody from the past coming back who's not awakened. They're not woke. And they want a victory with you. They want to repeat another cycle with you. So some of you, Mercury's retrograde. That's when people from the past come back, especially past lovers. Yeah, you're saying, I don't think so. This is, I have worn this heavy mantle long enough, thank you very much. I am walking on. I'm moving my chariots down the road. Okay, all right. So two groups of people there. And really a third group on finance. I really felt strongly. That's what that was. So maybe take a little time out. Just step back. There's nobody forcing you to make a decision. So just take a time out. Say, if you're not sure, because you did have that Two of Swords card, take a time out. You know, take a knee, as they say in martial arts. Take a knee. Or sports. Well, could happen. Oh, Lord Desi, I so wish I could eat that ice cream. My goodness. I so wish. It doesn't like, I love it. It does not like me, so. But I appreciate the thought a whole lot. Now, I am feeling to ask, maybe that's why this deck didn't want to give me anymore, because it didn't want to talk about love. Let's ask. Do you want to talk about finance with these cards that came out originally? Let's see. It's not like my waistline either. Yeah, there's that. I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah. Well, that might be part of the overindulgence. That's true. It can look a lot of different ways. People overindulge. I overindulge in YouTube. hello, my name is Darlene and I'm a YouTube addict. Yes, I do. But people indulge in all kinds of things. Could be sugar, shopping, you know, substances can be all numbered. Drama. People are addicted to drama, y'all. Realize that? Anyway, all right, y'all want to tell me, y'all, meaning my cards, you want to tell me anything else about this part of the reading, maybe? For those of you that are interested in, not interested in love, but something else here, like finance. Oh gosh, Desi, I'm sorry to hear that. That's a big struggle, isn't it? And Liza can overindulge in art. See, we all have something. Because, you know, we're humans, and this is a tough place to be as a human being right here on planet Earth. So we all look for something to soothe us. It's how we soothe ourselves. That could be just about anything, right? Oh, I love that, Desi. I hope so. I hope that's true, yeah. Desi says somebody's about to get their check. I hope it has several commas in it. Well, I don't know that it wants to tell me anything. Well, and see, wash your car and it'll rain. There we go. Okay, so for somebody out there, maybe this, I won't say this is exclusively about finance. It still could be about love, but I'm feeling like this deck wanted to talk about money and finance and other things, not love. That's why I went back to it, and sure enough, it gave me cards. So we talked about, to refresh your memory, what the cards are. Some kind of a failure and possibly a loss of money here, or lack of stability in your home and family. And you are right here in the middle, you meaning my viewer. It's a reminder to not lose sight of your self-worth, and that you are creative and nurturing and all those things. Now, the new cards that fell out. So, let me look at this real quick. Three of Pentacles in reverse underneath the Six of Wands says this is some kind of a collaboration that isn't happening, that you don't want to happen, that somebody else is not agreeing to. Some kind of a collaboration that you perceive, or they perceive, as a failure, okay? This could be something, someone from the past, or this could talk about memories, because it's in the reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse. Memories that are from the past you're having a hard time getting past. And, you know, this is the card of nostalgia, but when it's in the reverse, it can be, in other words, memories that are holding you back in some way. Even good memories sometimes, if we get stuck in that and it's not reality anymore, even those can hold us back. So be mindful. Now, for one or two of you, this is a memory about a time when you were fertile. Now, you can take that in the literal sense, or you can take that like if you're an older person and you're not working anymore and you're not producing anything in the world in your mind. You could be thinking back, well, I'm not giving anything to the world here. I'm not being productive. I'm no longer fertile. But, I mean, for somebody, that could be literal. And that is, you're saying, this is interesting. Let me see what's at the bottom. Yeah, time to change. Okay, whoops. Spirit is saying that kind of thinking is contributing to this instability, this lack of harmony. And you need to put it down. You need to, this is the wounded warrior in reverse says, I'm not going to fight for that. I'm not going to fight about that. I'm not going to fight over that. I'm not going to stand my ground about that. I'm going to let that go. It's time to let it go. Even though you feel somebody here, again, this could have been some kind of deception that happened, whatever this is. This is what we call him the sneaky. In reverse, though, it could be it can talk about making amends for something someone did or something you did. This could be you even. Something you did, and it's kind of got you stuck. Remember this Two of Swords that came out earlier. It's saying your energy is stuck. Let me just tell you, I'm an energy reader too. I don't just read cards. For somebody, this stuck energy is affecting your bottom line, your money, the things that are, because money is energy. And if your energy is stuck and not flowing, you're not getting any incoming. So then we have the High Priestess. Spirit is saying, listen to your intuition. But this is also saying what's hidden from you is the truth. Somehow, some way, you've got to find a way to cut away whatever this was in the past, that this was a heavy burden with this. Some kind of, I just feel like this could be a person. It feels more like a situation, but whatever. There's a lot of you watching here tonight. The Queen of Swords is somebody who cuts away what doesn't serve her. She goes straight to the truth. She's also an excellent communicator. So maybe some of you need to communicate with someone here, if you've got another person that this is involving, about your feelings about this. Communicate your truth about this, right? Because I don't think there is you haven't been talking about this, honestly. Yes, amen. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. You must get clarity about this so that you can transform it. Put an end to this. I just feel this, whoever I'm connecting with, there's a lot of negative feelings that you're holding on to, or thoughts about this, some kind of fertility. I mean, it's all hinging on these two cards right here. Some kind of way that you don't feel fertile anymore in your life, or don't feel like you're contributing, or aren't able to nurture either yourself or other people. There's something about that, and you're either stuck in the good old days, not in a good way, or somehow reminiscing to the point that you're living in the past. In other words, you're not living in the future. And so and that's affecting your money and your stability. So again, I don't know who this is for, but you'll have to put this story where it fits. And Spirit's saying you have to change that. This is the Death card. This talks about transformation. It talks about endings so that new beginnings can come. And when you do that, that's when things start to be balanced for you. That's when these scales of justice is balanced. Maybe even karma itself is balanced. And that's when you can move on to calmer waters. So somebody out there needs to put down this, yeah, it's been holding you back. Yeah. You may even need to have a difficult conversation about this. With yourself, maybe too, or somebody else, because this is holding you back. This has been holding you back. Now, this is in reverse, so it talks about being released from something that's been holding you back. So you got to put in the work here, collective. You got to do a little homework here. Got to do a little homework. Yeah. Yep. Well, I feel like I was connecting with a different group of, two different groups of people, actually 3 groups of people here tonight. I'm going to say too, for some of you, this deceit, as I mentioned, was with yourself. You're deceiving yourself. You're not in the past anymore. That's gone. Give it up. This also can talk about strategy. Maybe you had a strategy that didn't work out, and you're lamenting that. That's what's got you stuck. Move on. If you're living in the past, you're giving up your future. Just saying, if you're living in the past, you're just giving up your future. Y'all got to keep it, I got to keep it real. I don't know what's going over there in the chat, but you know what I love? That my moderators are having a discussion and supporting each other, and I am so proud of this group. I love y'all so much that y'all do that for each other. I just warms the cockles of my heart. Okay, let's see. Sip of water. Goodness, y'all are fast tonight on that, on these messages. Oh, awesome. I am ready, Mish. Yes, Layla, ask your question, please, about mediumship. Fire away. I love those questions. Now, catch my breath while I'm waiting. Layla, are you here? Can never get my camera quite straight. That's a little better. Daisy's going to get her ice cream. Okay, well, I'll wait. I don't know if she's still, she or he, Layla seems like a woman's name. If she's still here. You know, something I was thinking about, I'll share while I'm waiting. For those of you that have aches and pains out there, this came up in my Monday meditation class. And so, if my friend is listening, I won't say your name, but she might be here. Excuse me. Yeah, she may have left. I'm going to tell, that's why I don't want to tell her name, but she has just gotten over some surgeries herself. And the moment she kind of got back where she was semi-normal, she found out that her husband has cancer now and has to have some chemo treatments. So she was commenting in our group on Monday how her knees were starting to hurt her. And it hadn't happened. This is new, something new. And so I'm sharing this story because I want you all to know your body is listening. And even if you are saying, if you're not talking or saying negative affirmations or comments to your body, it knows what's going on. And even if it will, all right, Mercury's retrograde, bear with me, trying to get my tongue in sync with my brain. What I'm saying is we all have subconscious thoughts in addition to conscious thoughts. So if you have an ache or pain and you tend to give in to that, that's a choice. if you're kind of the stronger type and you say, oh no, that's, la la la, or I'm better, I'm stronger, nothing's going on, that's another choice. But for those of you who are just living life like most people and don't even, you were just thinking about your knee pain? Okay, well listen to this, Desi, because this might apply to you. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's going to make sense, okay? So, let me tell you the story about my friend, and then I'll come back to what I want to say. So my friend started talking about her knees hurting. And I said, well, I'm not surprised at all. And she looked at me like, why would you say something like that? And they know I talk about law of attraction here. They know I talk about that your body is listening. So I said, well, when did they start hurting? Around the same time that she found out her husband was sick, and she started having to care for him and his cancer treatments. Again, I'm not surprised at that at all. She said, well, physically, I'm not really doing anything else. Why would that matter? And I said, well, because what do your knees and your legs and your feet do for you? Think about this. All right, y'all sound off in the comments. What do you think your knees and legs, and what do they do for you? Sound off in the comments. I want to hear what you think. Oh, and by the way, hey, Misha, are you seeing those little crowns at the top of your chat? I don't see it in mine. I don't know. Okay. Correct, Desi. That's true. Misha's saying create energy as we move. That's true, too. Hold us up and stability. You're getting warmer. You're getting warmer. Yeah, I don't either. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't see them either, Mish. They stay on the floor. Yes. Hold us up. Warmer, warmer. Yes. Take us places. Yes. Did I miss anybody? I love that, Liza. I love making slow, soapy circles on my hands and knees for Muddy. I love that. Provide us movement. Yeah, Tiff, I like that. Yes, that's good. It's our choices where we go. I love that y'all are thinking about this. This is awesome. Deborah is warm. Provide stability. Yes, yes. Oh, Liza, you're always providing humor here, so I appreciate you. Yes, they provide stability, and I love that. Deborah got it. Stability and structure and a feeling of safety. When your legs are working properly, right, life is good. So when things get shaky, like her situation, now my husband's ill, my world is upside down, I don't feel the stability, I feel, like life is not, something's, potentially very, I don't want to go there, but, a serious concern here. So it's no wonder you start to hurt and question. Your mind is questioning stability, right? So your legs, your body starts to react. It starts to tell you. It's almost like look to your body sometimes to tell you what you're thinking in your subconscious. So, and of course, I love Louise Hay. She was one of the pioneers about the mind-body connection. I love that. But, well, thank you, Mish. I appreciate that. I hope everybody else is finding it interesting. And Desi's saying, I don't know why I thought of praying. I guess that being submitted. Well, praying is always good. Praying is awesome. But I know what you mean, the knees and coming down on your knees to pray, but that's kind of a little different direction of what I was referring to. So your body is listening even when you're not thinking things consciously. And so think of your body as a bit of a messenger. When things, aches and pains start going, ask yourself, now, again, here, let me show you this book. This is one of my favorites. I know the print is backwards. It's Louise Hay. It's been in print and reprint many, many times. But the name of the book is You Can Heal Your Life. And again, she was one of the pioneers of thought manifesting, negative thoughts manifesting in your body. And she makes correlations to specific illnesses. Let me put this back. So, for those of you who, okay, Kat recommends the book, The Body Keeps the Score. Score, it's supposed to be score, right? S-C-O-R-E. Hey, Derek, good evening. How are you tonight? So, yeah, I see you corrected it. Yeah, I haven't read that, but I've heard good things about it. So that's right. Your body is keeping score. You know, we demand a lot of it, and we take a lot of it for granted, and I'm including myself in that. So give it good fuel. Giving it good fuel is not just about the food that you put in your body, right? It's also about what other fuel are you giving it? Are you telling it how strong it is? Are you telling it how much you appreciate it? You know, many of you have heard me talk about this. Derek's being lazy tonight. Well, good for you, Derek. I bet you've worked hard to have a night off too, haven't you? What else was I wanting to share about that? Yeah, just know that what you're ingesting is not just about food. And respect your body, right? Like we respect our minds. What are you, and I talk about this several times here on my lives. What are you ingesting in terms of information? Do you have the news channel on all day long? What are you feeding your brain in terms of who you come in contact with, what you allow to be in your life to the degree that you can control it? We can't control everything, of course. Are you listening to uplifting music or sad music? Are you, putting good things in your body or things, are you giving yourself enough protein, enough greens, enough nutrition? But coming back to the mind, because that's kind of more my focus here. Are you drinking enough water? That's a big one. That's one of my biggies. Speaking of. Hello, Thado. How are you tonight? I am doing well. Hope you're doing good on this Friday. So anyway, I just thought that was a topic that I don't think I've ever addressed here, and maybe some of you have not even made that connection with your body. So, and I don't know anybody personally who's done this, but we've all heard of spontaneous healings. I think that happens because you get right with your mind at some point, and then voila, the energy shifts. Energy follows thought. So what you're thinking about, you're bringing about. That's not mine. It's been said a million times, but it doesn't get old to me. What you think about, you bring about. So that applies to your body too. Where are you on the health scale, and why is what I would challenge y'all tonight with. Where are you on the scale of health, and why? Yeah, you can blame it on genetics. Sure, you can go there, and I'm not saying it's not a real thing, but most of the people in this country anyway are where they are because of lifestyle choices, like my family members. So, not currently, I mean past family members. And I've decided to do my best to break that mold. Yeah, I've got the same DNA they had, but I'm trying to do different with my body, and hopefully I will live a little bit longer than they did. In fact, if I live to my next birthday, I will be the longest living person in my family. So be mindful of what you're ingesting in every way, and what you're telling your body. You know, when I go and exercise, most of you that are here regularly, you know that I'm an avid, I like to go to the gym 3 days a week. And I don't mean an old lady workout. I mean a straight up. In fact, I'm twice as old as everybody else in my class, pretty much. Well, there's one lady that's a little bit older, but so I'm right there doing everything they're doing. I believe it's important, but there are days when I feel a lot more challenged than others. That's normal. So what do you tell yourself when you're facing any challenge? But I'm using this as an example. What do you tell yourself? I'm in the gym. This is tough. I'm not sure if my body can do this. It's not 30 anymore. And the fallback is to go, oh God, I don't know if I can do this. Oh God, I'm so tired. I don't know if I can draw another, the whole human thing. I don't do this 100%, but I try to say, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can. Watch you do this. Watch you do this. You can do this. You can, and I start defaulting. I'm trying to train myself to default to the positive side of that thinking chain, right? Yes, I can do this. Just because I've never done it doesn't mean I can't do it, right? I can do this. So maybe I've never done it before, but it's new. So what? So what? I'm 74 years old. So what? It's just a number. So I'm just using myself as an example to hopefully encourage you guys to be mindful of what you're thinking and start saying, treat your body almost like it's separate from yourself, in that if this was your friend, what would you say to it? If this was your best friend and you cared about what happened to this friend of yours, what would you say to it? What would you be feeding it? If this was your best friend, would you be feeding it, junk all day, or would you be giving it some healthy things? Would you be feeding it depressing news all day, or would you be putting something healthy and soothing in there? So I'm just asking you all to be mindful of what you're putting into your mind and body, and take responsibility for that. You're not, I started this session, what did I say? First thing, you're not a victim, people. Nobody's a victim. You are powerful creators, and you have choices. So no excuses over here in my channel. I have a lot of compassion, now don't get me wrong, but no excuses. Excuse me. That's right, Deborah. Amen. And I experienced that. If you don't, Deborah's saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. It's a daily choice, and it is definitely a challenge to push forward. It was, the kids outside are squealing. There's a pool and a playground right here, y'all. So if you hear kids squealing, they're playing. They're fine. But that's right. It is a challenge. And I think as you get older, it's a more difficult challenge. But honestly, it is even more important. And I had a spell where I had to take, and I'm going to say that honestly, maybe I could have made it happen, but I still don't see how. A couple of years where I had a rough patch with a family member that died, and I had just bought my townhouse, and I was renovating this, and then my brother died, and I had to, in another state, and I was constantly going back and forth and taking care of business that and coming, I don't know how I could have exercised. But what happened at the end of that was I was so weak. I was not myself. I knew I wasn't myself. And things that I used to take for granted, I couldn't do anymore. And I kind of had to just get mad about it. And I got mad, not really, but I got frustrated to the point where I said, now wait a minute, is this really just because I'm older, or is this because I'm not doing what I know I knew I can do? And it was the latter, so I got myself out, went to the gym, started exercising regularly, and I've been doing that now 3 days a week pretty much. For 2 years now, and I'm way stronger, and I feel better, and I'm just loving it. And so whether it's that or what you're watching on TV, I have to say, it doesn't happen overnight, right? Change is not always easy, and it doesn't happen overnight, but you can do it, and it makes a huge difference in your life. So, all right, enough of that. I'm running on here. Let me see. Liaba. Oh, let me get my glasses on so I can read the print here. Thank you so much for your super chat. Let me see here. Liaba wants to know, what is the energy or intention of the person who seems to be watching you? Ooh, watching you. Goodness. Let's find out. Okay. My apologies, y'all. I am really kind of dehydrated. So, what deck, please, for Liaba? Okay. All right, let's ask. What is the energy of or intention of the person that's watching you? Goodness. All right, let's ask. Please show me. What is the intention of the person that's watching Liaba? Guys, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed that discussion at all, if you like talking about those kind of topics. Please let me know, and if there's another topic you want me to talk about, because my sweet moderator has said she would help me keep track of that, even though I'm not talking to you over there. I have many sweet moderators. I was referring to Mish because we talked earlier. Okay, Liaba, the intention, I'm going to refer to it as an intention of this person. Okay, I won't say that it's nefarious, but it could be selfish. It looks like they want to come in fast. Somebody's coming. This is my card of number 1 card. Well, number 2, 1 and 2 card of fast moving. So it means movement, action, something happening, communication happening, forward movement. Now, the Queen of Wands as an intention, she's in reverse, is someone who's self-serving, aggrandizing, selfish. It's all about her. She can be materialistic, needy. So I don't like that. And then I have a 9 of Wands in reverse. Somebody who's given up on something. So it looks, and I have 2 cards. This is, as I spoke about earlier, this is called the Wounded Warrior, but it talks about perseverance in the upright. In the reverse, this means I'm not preserving anything. I'm tired. I'm putting these wands down. I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight anymore, okay? That may strike a chord for you. This may be something that you are trying to walk away from. Is this somebody maybe that you've broken up with or something? I don't, because I've got also the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Something that you were possibly collaborating, something or someone you were collaborating with. Is this making sense at all to you? Is this relating to anyone you know yet? Let me know in the comments, please, Liaba. Tammy, what are you saying? You love the discussion, or you love, what are you loving, Tammy? Let me know. Crow, are you back? Were your ears burning? We were talking about you today. And I was saying, Misha and I were talking, and I said, I wonder how you're doing, because I knew you had, of course, gone out of town to take care of your family, and your dad had died. And by the way, again, my condolences. But his death was a good one, as they can be. I mean, he was surrounded by family, and he I knew he would go peacefully. So it's good to have you back, by the way. Oh, no, you came home to drama. Oh, Crow, I'm so sorry. That's right. Yes, it is important, Crow, to know that. It's peace of mind for you, and he definitely is. I'm so glad you came and said hello. Yes. Again, we were talking about you, wondering how you were doing today. Oh gosh, Tammy, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm so glad that you sounded off about that, because I never know if it's just me rambling here or if anybody's enjoying my rambling. So thank you. All right, Liaba, so this is, and oh, there you are. I see you did comment. Okay, a little bit. Are there any family or friends involved? Well, I'm not seeing that card yet. That would be the Six of Cups for me, but let me see. There possibly was some kind of, yeah, I'm seeing this is some kind of a breakup. Or now breakup, I don't mean necessarily romantic. Could be a family breakup, a family fight, but the Two of Cups in reverse. Could have been because somebody was juggling something too much. Let me get more cards out on the table though. Yes, thank you, Mish. Yeah, please write not in the live. If you want a free reading, you type I am loved in any of the other readings, not in the live reading. Any of the other pre-recorded readings on my channel. This could be family. This could be family. Friends, excuse me, friends. Yeah, the Three of Cups could indicate friends. Something that happened that you didn't, or is happening that made you unhappy or that upset the family dynamics in some way. Because somebody here felt manipulated. Is this you, Liaba? Did you feel manipulated? I feel like that's you that feels manipulated. So let me get more out though. Oh, Tammy, how sweet, darling. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here and lending your good energy. Hopefully we'll be your new tribe here. We've got a pretty good group of people, I'm just saying. I love our group here. We get some wonderful people in here. Misha and I were talking about that too today. Okay, now I've got an Emperor. Oh, all right. So let's see. I have an Emperor on top of this Emperor. Queen of Wands. The Emperor came out sideways. Y'all heard me talk about this before. In the upright, he's an authority figure. He rules the kingdom. He's fair, but in the reverse, he wants to control everything and everybody, and not in a good way. Not in a good way, like controlling, like a why? Because I just lost that word. I cannot think of that word. I just had a senior moment. I'll just leave it. Somebody who wants to control everything. Or, you're saying yes. Okay, or, now it's sideways, so this means whatever this energy is, whoever this is, it's kind of in transition. It's undecided maybe which way. So this could be two people here. Or this person feels out of control. This person feels out of control. Like they were hoping and trying to control a situation, and that did not happen. So I think that would mean they're not too happy about that. All right, let's see what else comes out. A dictator. Narcissist was the word I was trying to think of, but dictator too. Yeah, that works for an emperor in reverse. Oh, why? I couldn't. You're saying yes again. Okay, thank you, Liaba, for the confirmation. Yeah, narcissist. But dictator, that's very applicable too. So what else can you tell me about this situation? Somebody needs to get a new perspective here. Somebody may have pulled back to say, I'm going to take a time out. I don't know if this is you or somebody in this situation. But somebody here, it's like you got I feel like this is maybe you, but I don't know. Somebody here kind of feels, I'm going to say this, feels like they got the wind knocked out of them. They've lost strength, or they've lost the will to fight, or they've lost the will. I mean, this just feels like, I'm not sure I even want to try, is what I'm hearing from this, but it essentially means weakness in some area. And then somebody here feels remorse and regret. So right now, again, I don't have nefarious. I do have people that are feeling like, or want to control and can't, and feeling like I just have to give up. So again, I don't know if this is you or people in your situation. There was some kind of an unequal exchange, unequal give and take here. Because you didn't really specify if this was what this was, so I'm trying to keep it neutral. Okay, yes, I feel that somewhat the give and take was not even from my person, okay? So this is, okay. So this person is regretting how they made you feel. See, if people, now that I understand what you really were asking, that makes more sense. So I think this person tried to control you, didn't they? Or you felt controlled. Maybe this person tried to move things too quickly with you. Or tried to push their agenda or push their will on you somehow. Are y'all talking about membership? You can, yeah, sometimes you have to go to the desktop. I can see it on my iPad. I can't see it on my phone. Okay, Liaba's saying, yes, it resonates with the kind of relationship we had. Okay. So this is apparently who's spying on you. To answer your question. Okay. Oh, interesting. Now I have two queens in the picture. Queens and kings are people. And both of these queens are in the reverse. So both of these women are unhappy. Now, there's no gender in tarot. I'm saying queen, I'm saying she because that's what's on the card. But both of these people are in reverse. The cards are in reverse. They're unhappy. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse can talk about a loss of money, can talk about she's not good at managing money. She can be codependent. She can be needy. So the question was, who's spying on you? So this is either two people or could be that this is the same person. They're embodying the qualities of both of these queens. That's possible. But I tend to see these as people. So you may have two people spying on you. Did your person have somebody else in the picture? I don't have those cards here, but... Or this could be a family member. Doesn't have to be romantic. Corey, interesting question. No, because I don't know if there is one number. There may be. I know there's a school in England I've been thinking about going to, but not on my budget right now. But if you do, well, my moderators can address this too. I didn't pick up tarot cards till about 3 years ago, but I have been doing intuitive readings for 30 plus years. So tarot's just one of many tools. I don't need them, but it helps me tell a more accurate story. Well, that's right. They sure do. I tell you what, why don't you take a poll of all the people I've ever done a reading for the last 35 years. That would be my degree. And you know what? I don't think you'd want me performing a surgery on you, and I don't think you'd want that doctor doing a reading for you if you wanted to know some of the questions that I get asked here. So, thank you, Desi. Just because it has a peep up, there we go. That's a two-edged sword, isn't it? Well, when schools start wising up and acknowledging the divination arts, maybe that'll be a possibility. Why don't you ask that bigger question, Corey? Why don't they? Divination's been going on since the beginning of time. Okay, yeah, but this looks like something, again, the question we asked, who's spying on you? This was very possibly somebody who resisted or didn't want to, for whatever reason, or couldn't make some kind of a commitment to you. Or maybe the commitment that you wanted, the kind of commitment you wanted. And they might have even thought that the kind of commitment you wanted was something that was a heavy burden. I'm not saying that you were a heavy burden. I'm saying that they might have perceived, like they might have thought, well, I'm not capable of that. I can't do that, and that feels like a heavy weight to me. In other words, it wasn't the burden itself. It was the fact that they couldn't measure up, so to speak. Desi said it might be his mom's spine. Yeah, because I've got two females, and I did say it could be a family member, so who knows, yeah. Anything else, please, for Liaba? And why would you say that, by the way? Liaba is agreeing with, oh no, Desi, my bad. Okay, I read it wrong. Never mind. Sorry. Saying, why would you be getting a tarot reading if you're agreeing with old Corey over there? No, I read it wrong. There's the Eight of Cups again. Someone you walked away from? Or something? Yeah, someone. Or you want to walk away. Yeah, this is somebody that disappointed you in the past and now is thinking, well, or was apathetic, or maybe you were apathetic or disappointed this person. Anyway, it's about, when it's in reverse, well, maybe I ought to give that a second look. Somebody here made a choice, and that choice, I think, did not make them happiness. Maybe this could be, maybe you tried to start over. I mean, let me double check. I don't have the judgment card, which would talk about a reconciliation, but maybe if this was your person, y'all had a disagreement, you tried to make up, you thought it was going to work out, and you let them back in, and then it didn't. I don't know, because I've got the Fool in reverse here. This is saying no, or it just could be saying, no, I'm unhappy, I'm not going back to that. And it could just be saying, this disappointed me once, I'm not sure I want to take another look at it. I've made my choice. I don't want to be unhappy anymore, so I'm not going to give this person another chance, and you're walking away because this person hurt you. Yeah, this could have been, this feels like a romance situation here. I think maybe you're tired of waiting on this person. I think you had hopes that were dashed. Again, maybe you had hoped this person would commit to you, and they didn't. Oh, Lord, Lisa, is everybody being watched? Jeez. Okay. I don't know. Anything else you want to tell Liaba? I think we've answered your question, though. Your original question was, who's spying on me? I just thought I would get a little extra for you. Lisa, really? Lisa says it feels like I'm reading her life. And Lisa, I hear that about every other live that I'll be doing a reading, and somebody will say, this feels like my reading. And so that can happen. If you were drawn here, you're drawn here for a reason. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't know if it needs to tell us anything else. It's not wanting to talk anymore. I think it's saying, well, I've said what I'm going to say. Probably not communicating here. Hey, Denise, welcome in. It sounds like I'm reading you. Well, hey, if the shoe fits, like I said, I don't believe that there's a coincidence when people feel drawn to, just like a pre-recorded reading. Two readings could have the same title, and you'd be drawn to listen to one, not the other. Oh, and you're being watched too. Yikes. Well, okay. I'll say it again. There's a reason you're here, right? Oh, Miss, you're so sweet. Am I up to channel tonight? Oh, Desi, maybe we could try. Someone is watching you too, Mish? Goodness, you know what I'm going to say to y'all? Because it's coming from my frisky side, we'll give them a show. Give them a show. If they're watching you, give them a show. Make it a good one. Now, don't be stupid. Don't be dangerous, but, if they're watching you on don't make stuff up. I'm not saying that. Don't read me wrong here. I'm not saying post stuff on your social media with it. You're doing la 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 and you're not. Oh, no, no, no. But, you know, if they see you're doing well and you're moving on or you're doing this or that, good for you. Yep. Somebody here is being released. Is this you, Liaba? You're being released from something that was toxic, or it could be this person. You released them because they were toxic. Yep, that's what it feels like. I think you said, no, I'm done. I don't want to carry this anymore. I'm done. Yep, thank you very much. Being released from something that was toxic. Putting an end. Putting it behind you. Yep. Okay, well, I haven't seen any comments from Liaba, so I don't know, she might have gone, he, she. But this is what I have for you. That's who's spying on you. Just know that the reason they're spying is this. I mean, look at that. And this person, if you notice, there are 5 cups in this picture. There are 3 cups still standing and 2 cups that have spilled. This person can only has eyes for these 2 cups that have spilled. All they have to do is turn around and look at the 3 cups that are still behind him. But he's not. He's making a conscious choice. So, okay. That's right. Us, the SS Club, we have to stick together, right? The Sigma Scorpio Club. All right, Liaba, that's what I have for you. I hope that helps you. That man. You're asking, what's that mean? What? Lisa, what's what? Before I put the cards up, what's what mean? What's that mean? The picture? Which picture, though? Were you talking about a card? Thank you, Mish. I love that. Yeah, don't be talking trash about my Scorpios here. You just showed, was it, oh, this one. This one. This is the 5 of Cups, and it always talks about remorse and regret. But, you know, what is this person focused on? He's focused on this, the cups that are spilled. Actually, in this one, oh, I just realized that in this deck, there's 3 spilled cups and 2 still standing. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, 5 of Cups. Correct. Correctamundo. Oh, Elder, you got 2 Scorpios. Wow, that's awesome. Well, Lisa, you're asking me if the 5 of Cups is bad? It depends on, you got to put it in perspective. What is the situation? Should they feel bad? If they've done something they should feel bad about, and they did that bad thing to you, then I don't think that's bad at all. I think that person probably needs to feel some remorse, not out of punishment, or I'm not judging them. I'm saying, but how are they going to change their behavior if they don't realize they've done something and feel bad about it? So really, that's what I'm referring to. Now, if it's, I mean, again, you have to put it in context. It depends on, everybody's story is different. Okay, good. You got it. Awesome. Yep, you got to put it in the context of the story. Woo, all right, guys. I think, Mish. Yeah, I am definitely not an astrologer. No. Mm-mm. Okay. Dizzy, didn't you have something you were going to ask me? Oh, you did? Awesome. I got your money, bless your heart. Excuse me. Desi, who were you hoping to hear from? Didn't you want to talk to one of your relatives? Who was it? Or you were going to ask about that, something? Okay, okay. Now, you know I won't let you pay me. What's your question? My question would be, how is he doing, but not how he feels about me, like a check-in on just him? We could. Hey, Esther, I just finished doing a reading where someone asked that very question. I have at least 2 other people who asked that question. I think you would be number 3. So I would say rewind back to the beginning of that reading. Desi, what was your grandaunt's name? You can give me just her first name. Misha, I've been thinking about this. I need to get us a spy deck. I'm talking. What deck do I want? You know, I need one that's going to do the dish. Annie. Well, I don't know, Desi. Let me see. Let's see. Does Annie want to come through and speak to Desi, please? This is where I go quiet, so y'all talk amongst yourselves over there. Dizzy, was there a thing with your aunt about hats? Did she like hats? Was there an incident with a hat? Did you give her a hat? Was something about hats? Is that relative at all? Hey, Jordan, good evening. And Mark, welcome in, and Lancelot. A lot of new people here. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. I have matching toes to my blue polish. Okay, Desi, before you, wait here. She wore hats when working outside. Okay. I'm just seeing somebody that has kind of, you know, I have to establish as a medium, because we're kind of doing this on the fly here. I need, for me, and of course for you, to establish that that's who I have here. And so I'm asked them to give me some specifics so you'll know who this is. That's why I asked. So I asked them, come forward, you know, if you are, wait a minute, what was her, I already forgot her name. I'm getting tired. What was her name? Annie? Annie. If you were Desi's aunt, Annie, tell me something that she would know about you. So that's why I asked about the hats. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to? And then I know you had a specific question. Okay. Well, let me ask what else, and let's see. You can determine which one this is. Okay. Yeah, she liked to garden, didn't she? This person I'm talking to. She liked to garden. What else? Thank you, Javier. I appreciate that. It's Southern as it comes, my accent. Desi, my coughing is constant. I mean, it comes and goes more than others, but especially at night I get tired. It's a combination of, I have postnasal drip and I have acid reflux, and it all meets right here in my throat. So it's just a thing I deal with. I know it's annoying to everybody, especially me, but you know, it is what it is. Desi's saying she had issues with that. With gardening? Oh, well, that could be. Yeah, oh, I see what you, I'm sorry. I was reading your second comment before I read, never mind. Anyway, I get what you're saying there. Well, that could be. Yeah, absolutely. They can do that. Aw. Aw, Desi, you're not annoyed. It just reminds me of her. Aw. Okay, let me see what else. All right, Desi, she's showing, or it's a she, whoever this is. There is a lake. Now, I don't know what this story is about, but she's showing me a lake. She's sitting, or did she live by a lake? Did you vacation by a lake? Did you go on a vacation with her by a lake? I'm just seeing, like, but she's not like sitting restfully and enjoying the lake so much as she's kind of busy, like doing something by the lake. I don't know if she was one of those people that really couldn't relax, or maybe she was afraid of the water. I don't know, but there's something here about a lake. Does this resonate at all? And she did like gardening. Okay. Because I never know what means what to whom. I just deliver the information. So let me know. Does that resonate? Desi, can you let me know? Yeah, thank y'all for hitting those little hearts down there, and I see them floating up. That inspires me. Thank y'all. Or any of those little emojis. That's sweet. See, I don't know anything related to lake, but it could be related to me. Okay, okay. Yes. Well, they do that. If you have been by a lake, she's saying, I see you by the lake, but there's something about a lake here. Okay. Who in the family does not know how to swim? Somebody doesn't know how to swim, or didn't know how to swim. Do you understand that message? Hey, Deborah, good evening. So I'm just waiting. I'm having a conversation, so there's a little bit of a delay. Thank y'all for being patient. Desi's saying, I don't know how to swim. I almost drowned once, even, oh my God, and even heard angels. Oh, Lord. Well, that's how then you know this is your aunt, because she's telling me this about you, apparently. Okay. So apparently I have your Aunt Annie. Now, what was the question you wanted to ask her originally? She was always protective about me around water. Because I could feel that. It was like that thing I said about she wasn't relaxing. Whatever she felt busy, like she was doing. I don't know what she was doing, but apparently it was protecting you. She felt kind of busy. You know, it wasn't like, when I'm around water, I just want to sit and watch the water. I just want to, you know, that wasn't what I was seeing there at all for her. Okay, your question about her. I wanted to know if her passing was peaceful and what it was like. Well, I can ask that. Sometimes they don't want to talk about their passing because once they cross over, they don't think it's relative. But let me ask the question and I'll see what she says. Well, she's telling me it wasn't peaceful, but it wasn't a struggle either. So let me explain. There was somebody she wanted to be there or to hear from that wasn't there, or to connect with or have peace with, whatever. And that didn't happen. Maybe I kind of get the feeling this might have been somebody that she wanted to make up with, or hoping, I don't know, but like somebody she wanted to hear from. And that person either didn't reach out or didn't get there, and she didn't get to say what she wanted to say to them. So that, in that regard, it was not peaceful. But she's saying she didn't actually struggle in the way that you might think. Or, in other words, some people think of those two things as the same thing. Peaceful, meaning she passed with no issues. It's not necessarily the same. Struggling health-wise is different than, do you see what I'm saying? There's a distinction. She's making that distinction for me, in fact. Okay, because visually it was traumatizing for you. Yeah, Paul, absolutely. You can just stick around and visit with us. Money is not required here for you to have a good time and enjoy the conversation. Okay, Desi's saying, yeah, I watched her transition and she was gasping for air. Yeah. But yes. Here's my experience, because I've had the blessing of being with people, multiple people, as they transitioned. My friends were kind of calling me the death angel there for a while. It was uncanny how I would plan a trip to go visit somebody who was sick, and I mean, they knew they were, it was imminent anyway, but I'm just saying, I was the one that was on watch when they drew their last breath. And so here, let me tell you what I can tell you of this. It looks a lot like they're struggling when they're really not so much. In other words, their soul often has already, it's like they have a foot in both worlds. And sometimes when we perceive them as struggling, like you were just saying, like she was gasping for air, from her perspective, she wasn't really feeling that fully like you would imagine. So she was not struggling in the way that you and I would perceive that as struggling. Let me see, Desi saying, she passed in your mom's arms. Oh. Oh my gosh, isn't that something? And she's always there when someone passes. I think that's a kind of calling. I do, and I think God puts you there. I'm a firm believer that before you even come into this physical incarnation, the people that are going to be there when you pass over, that's already determined. I don't believe in a whole lot of fate. I believe in law of manifestation a lot. But I do believe some things are, it's like a soul agreement you make before you come in here. And I think that's one of them. Like, who's going to be there at the moment you pass? That's, to me, already an agreement that you have. Let me see what else she might want to talk about that. Okay, so she's just wanting you to understand the distinction here between those two. You're saying she always tells them that it's okay to let go. Yes, and they do. Yes, I've had to do that too, because they're holding on for dear life because they don't know what else to do. Gee, I haven't done that. So, and it's very helpful, and I've done that too. And you're right, and then they just let go. It's like you almost need permission from somebody or encouragement. Yes, they do that. Mm-hmm. True. So, yeah, you like that, Mish? Yeah, I believe that, and I've seen it so many times. So many times. You know, that family member that is by the bedside for weeks, and they leave for 10 minutes to go get a cup of coffee or a shower, and that's when the person passes. It's already, and I saw so much orchestration happening around the people that I was with. It was quite an amazing, transformative experience for me too. But anyway, Desi, let me see. Okay, Desi's saying, yes, you're right about her holding on. She stopped breathing and would breathe again for a few times. Yes, she was fighting it. Yes, yes. But I don't feel she was really in pain, Desi, which I think is what you're really asking. I think that's at the heart of what you want to know. Was she in pain? And she's telling me no. I mean, I know what you saw, but from her perspective, it's so hard for us in the 3D body to understand that when the soul starts to pull away, we're no longer 100% in our senses, in our physical body. It's not 100% gone, but part of it is lifting out of the body. And then, you know, so she may have been fighting it. But all I can, you know, right or wrong, all I can do is tell you the message I'm getting. You're saying you had never experienced that, so it's just physically traumatizing for me. From all the things I've read, she wasn't conscious of it, which is exactly what I'm saying to you. That's precisely what I'm saying. No, they really, it's almost like look at this from the bird's eye view. That person knows they're crossing. They know that. Particularly, like she knew, for sure she knew. And their soul certainly knows. And so oftentimes when people, particularly when they're really ill, like I think she was in and out of her body. That's why I said to you, 1 foot in and 1 foot out. When people are critically ill, oftentimes that happens with them, and people in a coma, and people, you know, so they kind of like, and they'll come back and they'll say things. It's funny, Misha and I were talking about this today. They'll come in and they'll say things like, oh, I was talking to Daddy about you, or I was talking to my sister today who's long gone. And so they really are doing that. They just haven't fully made the transition out of leaving the physical body, but they're not really in pain like you may see. So I'm sorry if that was traumatizing to you, but there was some higher purpose for you having witnessed that, Desi. Maybe, because I've seen this happen too, maybe it helped you to let go of her. For example, if you were not there and you hadn't seen it, in some way, maybe you would have had a harder time letting go of her. Deborah, that is absolutely the case. I've seen that too, yes. Souls sometimes hang on for the sake of the loved ones. They're ready to go, but because the loved ones don't want to let them go, it prolongs it, yes. You're very welcome, Desi. It's a great question. I'm glad I could bring her through and have that conversation for you. Yeah, she'd had cancer for years. I felt that. She was sick for a long time. Yeah, even before you were born. My goodness. Cancer runs through our family. She knew she was dying. Yeah. She talked about her friends that were being buried that week, and she said, I'm next. Yeah, she did know. Of course she knew. Her and my mom hid the fact that she was sick. Oh, goodness. Well, there's nothing you could have done about it, Desi. Not a thing. When it's our time, it's our time. And she did know. Yeah, she did know. But again, they have their reasons, whatever that soul's reasons are, whether, again, I talk about orchestration around a death. Yeah, and Mish, yes, that's right. Mish lost her grandmother yesterday, and I can't even believe she's here. She's such a sweetheart. Mm-hmm. And that's right. And she could, yes. My grandma just died yesterday and was talking to others in the room that she could see before the day she passed. Yes, my mother did that too. She told me, she said, oh, your daddy was just here. Well, my daddy had died 10 years before, so yeah. You're saying, I felt the energy and her mood was off. She was making preparations. Exactly, Desi, the soul does, yes. Deborah's saying, the best thing we can do for a passing loved one is to give them permission to pass on. Amen, Deborah, yes. Yes. I would say there are exceptions to that, though, Deborah. Like if it's someone who's young and it's not really, you know, if they've had let's say a car accident, a trauma, yes, if like, I mean, every situation is unique, so I can't possibly talk about everyone, but there are situations where we can encourage that person to stay because some people have a choice. That is a moment of choice. And, you know, now we're not talking about someone who's lived a good full life and who's older and, you know, but we're talking about somebody who might have had some kind of a trauma or accident and they have a choice. Many of them do. Not always, but many of them do. Yes, Nicole, that is my birthday. And it's also, in addition to that, my numerology for my life lesson number and my path of destiny number, if you know anything about numerology. Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all are so sweet. I love how y'all are supporting each other. So, yes, Nicole. Kat saying, my cousin was in the last week of a difficult and dangerous pregnancy. Ooh. My grandmother held on until I told her that that my cousin's baby was healthy, and she passed that day. Oh, wow, that's a great story, Kat. And she knew then, yep, okay, well, I got to leave here, y'all, because I got to go watch over this baby now. Yes. Oh, Kat, thanks for sharing that story. That's also wonderful. Wow. Yeah. You're very welcome, Desi. I'm glad I could do that for you. And thank you for helping out here and being a great mod. That's very appreciated. And I like to give back when I can. Nicole, you are? Oh, wow. You're a 5. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. 5. Oh, that's a life full of changes with you then. Wow. You know, 11s are about transformation and spirituality and all that stuff. But, I mean, well, no. I'm sorry. Maybe back up. I'm confusing Scorpio with 11s. But 5s, yeah, that's all about change. Yeesh. Well, fellow Scorpio 1111, nice to have you here. Oh, Lord, yes. And Kat, that is such a sweet story. She's saying the grandma said, yes, you told her meaning the baby's perfect. The most beautiful girl we've ever seen. And she responded, I can go home now. Oh, that's making me cry. Jeez, Kat, that's beautiful. They know, yes. Oh, Fato, that's so kind. Look, y'all got me tearing up tonight. Thank you. It's great to have you here, and you, Lyndon, you're good energy with us tonight. Thank you. Desi's life path is a 7. That's a very spiritual number, yes. I'm not familiar with the 5-5 life plan. Well, we don't have anybody waiting on a reading, do we? Let me get my book over here. This is my favorite numerology book. I know the print's backwards, but... And I thought this was out of print, and I suddenly was talking about this, not suddenly, was recommending this to somebody, and they said it is in print. So I don't know if they quit and they started, but anyway, the name of the book is Numerology and the Divine Triangle by Faith Javane and Dusty Bunker. And I love this book. But anyway, because it has a little bit more spiritual slant than some numerology books do. Oh, Nicole. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, honey. Thank you for that, $4.99. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Awesome. Yeah, we love it. We Scorpios have to sit together. We got a lot of Scorpios in here, too, by the way, if you didn't know that, Nicole. Mish, you said five. I was going to read. Hey, Nicole, what is your 5? You're a 5, but what is your... well, here, I'll just read it. Never mind. I'll just do this. Did you say it's your life path? Yes, thank you very much for that gift, Nicole. Let me see. I was going to... God, born at 5:55 a.m. I can't even... Your 5 life path. Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to look up. 1 second. I've got to... not well. Path of Destiny. Is it this? Wait a minute. Isn't that the same? Thought I would read this if I could find it. I need to get a new one. I about worn this one out. One second here. Let me. Yeah, I'm assuming you mean, well, you said, wait, let me find it again. Yeah, life path. So I'm going to assume you mean life lesson. That's how my book refers to it, as life lesson. Oh, wow. That's so cool, Desi. So you're all about the 7s. Your parents were married 7 years before they had you, and you were, oh my God, when my mom was 7 months pregnant and my life passed to 7. See, there's no accidents. So I was going to read just as an example because Nicole had said that about the 5s, and typically 5s are about change. Let's see what it says as a life lesson number here. Let's see if this resonates for you, Nicole. As the life lesson number, your keyword is freedom. If you have free reign, you can accomplish wonders, but if you feel bound or limited, you lose your enthusiasm and accomplish little. And let's see, then it says, you would be a good explorer or Peace Corps volunteer. This book was a little dated. I don't know if they even do that anymore. As you learn well by travel and experience. You are a diligent student if interested in the subject, but you may fail in subjects for which you see no useful ends. You should be eager for new experience and shun monotony. If your quest for in your quest for knowledge, you will become interested in discovering answers in books and magazines. An avid reader, a fluent talker, and a versatile doer. You are the witty conversationalist and brighten any group by your mere presence. You are here to learn and to experience the value of freedom and should not tie yourself down too severely. Your talents, once learned, prepare you for a literary career or a position in sales and dealing with the public. So, Nicole, how does that relate as a life lesson number? Yeah, it's Shadow's Claw. Depends, like this book tells you all about how to do that. In one of them, you use your birth name, not your married name if you're married, but your birth name, and you use all the vowels and add those up. Each one has a numerical value. And then you reduce it. And then the other ones, you would add up all the consonants. And so there are different ways to get to different ones, because there are, in this book anyway, there's a life lesson number, a soul number, an outer personality number, a path of destiny number, and the power number, which means usually something you're missing in your numerology. So each one of those is a different, you have to get there a little different way to using the letters of your birth name or date of your birth. Oh my God, really, Nicole? See, this is a great book. Y'all should get this book. Nicole said, you literally just described me to a T. It's scary. All right, so you heard it from Nicole. This is a great book. I am not a numerologist, but I do enjoy reading about it. So the book again, Numerology and the Divine Triangle by Faith Gervain and Dusty Bunker. And since Desi is a 7, what's it called again? Yeah. Excuse me. Desi, you're a 7. Now, hang on a minute. We have covered a lot of subjects tonight, have we not? Have we not? In a short time. I was going to see if it had a synopsis of what each of these might. Well, Mish, again, each one is different. Depends on which one you're asking about. You know that book, and I have it on my list to buy. Awesome. Well, you were meant to hear this tonight then, weren't you, Nicole? Mish, let me read this to you. You're asking the questions. You're endowed at birth. Well, this is for everybody listening. You are endowed at birth with your own 4, predominantly, personal numbers. These numbers will tell you the lessons to be learned during your life and the spiritual growth and development which you can attain. The 4 personal numbers are life lesson number, the soul number, the outer personality number, and the path of destiny number. The personal numbers are determined by the numbers in your birth date and the letters in your name when you were given at birth. And now you calculate each one of those differently. So, and I don't have time to read the whole book, but the life, let's see, where's a life lesson number, for example, represents a constant in your life and cannot be changed or modified in any way because it is derived from your birth date. It is indicative of vocation plus the lesson you came into incarnation to overcome or to learn. It also represents the cosmic gift you are given in order to accomplish your destiny. That's the life lesson number. 1 second. All right, the soul number comes from adding the vowels in your name. And I won't read the whole description of that, but the soul number is your real personality. It's you, it's the you that is known only to you. If one embraces the philosophy of reincarnation, the soul number also indicates what you have been in previous lifetimes. This part of your personality is not as easily recognizable by others unless they know you very well. The soul number is what you in your inner secret self desire to be. The urge may be so strong that it can overcome other vibrations in your 4 basic numbers. Since the soul number reveals something of an accumulated growth in past lives, it becomes an underlying force which influences the action of your present life. If, however, the soul urge remains repressed by outer circumstances and the soul fails to accomplish its purpose, it may need to repeat the same vibrational urge in a future life until it finds true expression. That's the soul number. Anyway, that is spiritual. Yep. Yep. The outer personality number is how other people see you. It indicates how you appear to others. It is not necessarily who you really are. The outer personality number also shows what people expect from you because of the image you present. And you find that out by adding up the values of the consonants in your full name at birth. And then lastly, the path of destiny number is, it shows what you must do in this lifetime, what you came here to manifest. And you get that by adding the unreduced soul number to the unreduced outer personality number. So again, it can get complicated. It tells you how to do it in the book, though. So, you're the only one yapping. Where'd everybody go? Oh, well, thank you, Nicole. I appreciate you being here so much, and not just the money, just contributing great energy and conversation. And apparently, I was to deliver this message. You need to get this book tonight. Apparently, I mean, I don't. It really is so cool. Yeah, it's very insightful. I mean, and it can teach you, I mean, you can go back and calculate like certain periods over like certain, like your year, what the energy for the year is going to be like for you. There's certain periods of transition that you go through. It changes, in other words, if you're going through a 33 year is going to be different than if you're going through a 2 year. And it talks about master numbers. 11s, of course, are master numbers, right? Oh, Desi, that's sweet. That's very sweet. If you do that, fine. And if you don't, that's fine too. I'm glad and appreciative that you're moderating here. And when I can, when there's not people backing up here in the chat or for readings, I like to try to do something for my moderators. It's just, you know, way of me showing gratitude. So thank you for that thought. Yeah, what was I going to read here? Oh, my path of destiny, 9211. Well, it's just an 11. I don't think it goes to 92. I think it stops at, yeah, 78. Funny, it stops at 78, just like the tarot deck. Path of destiny. Let me find it again. We could start a book club here, couldn't we? Daryl, I'm talking about numerology tonight, and I love this particular book. I know the letters are backward. It's called Numerology and the Divine Triangle. It's by Faith Gervain and Dusty Bunker. And last time I checked, it's still in print. You can still get it, or being reprinted. So, let me find this. Oh yeah, here we go. Are you ready? So, I am, I said my birthday is 11/11, yes. But numerology, my life lesson number is an 11, and my path of destiny is an 11. So, share a little something personal with y'all about me. Hey, Ruth, how are you tonight, darling? Good to see you. So, this is about me because I'm an 11, right? My path of destiny is 11. It says, it's kind of funny. Your gift of prophecy, niche, your gift of prophecy places you in a position where selfless service to humanity can be expressed. Hello. A difficult goal to live up to at best. You could work as a leader in public or civic affairs in your community and promote better standards of living for the more unfortunate. Your career drive could express itself through acting on stage, a screen, or as a dynamic preacher or teacher. Your own standard of deportment should be above the average. You should achieve fame or recognition in some way, don't care about that. And since this vibration bestows great creative potential, the arts, I'm an artist, art all in here, or inventive professions are your most likely choices. You have the ability to tap great creative source and imbue your work with an inspirational touch that will affect the souls of those who come in contact with whatever you create. You are truly inspired. So anyway, that's me. That's an 11. Interesting, huh? Good night, Desi. Thank you for being here. I think I'm going to get off too. I don't think anybody else wants a reading tonight, so we'll just... And I've talked about some interesting things tonight, haven't I? I think I have. Good night, Desi. You go enjoy your family time. Well, Mish, I laughed when I saw that. Not necessarily, but yeah. I mean, it could be who you came in here with. It could be, what you've already done as your soul number. So I don't know, but it would be very interesting to see. I'm very intrigued now. Oh, yeah, you did ask me that. Okay. Yeah, let me do that for you, and then we'll close it out with that. How about that? Let me put this back so I have my table free. Okay. All right. What's going on with who. Okay, Mercury's retrograde. He who shall remain nameless. I am going to get that out. Okay, interesting. Hey, Melanie, how are you tonight? Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Mercury is so retrograde. Sometimes it doesn't affect me as much as others, but I kind of feel it already. And I'm seeing things like here, like suddenly nobody's buying readings and stuff. And okay, I'm not taking that personally, but that can happen. Things get, that affects finances too. Okay, let me see. Hey, Jasmine in London, England. I love that. And each one help one. That's a cool handle. That's a very cool handle. Okay, I'm doing a reading for Mish. We're doing a little fly on the wall with her person. Fly on the wall for Mish's person. How is he doing? Whoop. Okay. Oh, Lordy. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Experiencing a lack of direction. Maybe some kind of procrastination about something. Yeah, the Page of Wands in reverse to me is largely procrastination. About what? I'm not sure. Okay, this one says creating conflict, self-limiting beliefs. Did I get a flipper there? Thought I did. Nope. can you tell me? Fly on the wall. Uh-oh. Okay, emotional loss, blocked creativity, emptiness, self-love. Not self-love, that's not, forget that. I don't agree with that. This is that one of the beginner decks. The only one of these that I have right now. This is a deck that has the words and the meanings written on here, but I don't agree with all of them. I've said that before. Oh yeah, repressed emotions. Yep. Okay. Jasmine, there are 78 cards in a traditional tarot deck. And if the reader chooses to read reversals, that means there are twice that many meanings. Each one has an archetypal meaning, but each reader has a different way of interpreting it based on that reader's intuition and insight about the card. And right, the way I read them, I am asking a question, for example, on Misha's person. Now, for me, I'm not telling the future. This is not, I don't do that. But this is showing me the energy that is in the quantum field as a potential. This is a potential of what's happening with this person right now. Everybody has free will, but that is up to them, right? Well, this is interesting. Not given the cup, given the cup. Huh. What I'm feeling is there's something specific he's not giving the cup about. It's saying, I could give this cup, but right now I'm not going to give this cup to whatever, whatever this situation is. Boy, this Seven of Swords has been busy in my readings lately. Coming clean is okay. Yeah. Oh, hey, Melanie. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Aw, Melanie, you are awesome too. God, you're so sweet. Thank you, darling. Thank you. All right. Yeah, thank you, Mish, for explaining that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk and do that too. Let me stick with the reading here for a bit. Melanie, I appreciate you. Okay. Lordy, who are these people? Okay. Well, now, should I take that or not? I'm going to make note. If this comes back out, I'm gonna take it, of course. But so you hear me talk about Mish. There, kings and queens are people. So I got two kings here. I don't know if this is a boss, if this is a friend, this is a family member. I have no idea. But it looks like he may be on the outs with somebody because this King of Swords, or maybe he's the King of Swords. I don't know. It's funny though. King of Swords in reverse is somebody who's very cold, vindictive even. And I was laughing because the description on this card says loss of emotional control. I thought, well, that's interesting for somebody who's so, yeah. So hey, let me get more. I don't know. This is somebody we didn't specify in love. I should have done that, I guess. So I don't know who this is. Melanie, let me see what you're saying here. Oh, God, you're so sweet. I love you to pieces for saying that, Melanie. Thank you. Because, I don't need or look for confirmation, but it's awfully nice when I get it, when people come back and say, hey, that helped me, whatever. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Melanie. That's so sweet. Thank you, thank you. Tony, guys, I think y'all are in this contest to make me cry every time. Oh, God, you're such good people. Such good people here. That's so sweet, Melanie. Thank you. Well, I don't know. I'd have to start over, Mish, because I'd have to start over. I should have known that's what you wanted. Why didn't I do that? That's my bad. Okay. We're asking the question. But first I'm going to get a sip. Oh! Money's saying, I also got you in touch with your favorite relative, which I appreciate the hell out of you. Oh! Well, thank you saying that we're good people. Yes. Misha and I were talking about this today. My real goal is with this channel now is to build a good community. And if you stay here, you'll see this, well, you've been here. My mods support each other. They're welcoming to people that come in here. That's largely because Mish is such a good example of that to all of the mods too. But yeah, it's just a heartwarming for me that so many good people now are coming in. Let me say it like that. Unicorn Girl, I think I have... no, I guess Melanie's saying that was a gift, not a reading. So, okay, I got it. So, let me see how... Can you hang out a minute, Unicorn Girl? Let me see how long this reading for me takes. And then if I have a little bit of energy, I could say yes. But let me see, because I'm kind of running I didn't get a nap today. Can I just tell you the truth? Somebody and I were visiting for 3 hours today, and I loved it so much I didn't want to stop. Okay, let's ask now. First of all, I'm going to start with asking what deck, because we're changing the question up here. We're changing the question. All right, come on, really? How is Misha's SP doing regarding the relationship with Mish? Is that the right question? Yeah, I know you didn't get an nap either. I was thinking about that too. You're working as hard as I am here. Does that sound like the right question, Mish? Because I don't feel like this is the right deck for that question. Okay. That's a good question. Okay. So we're asking, how is Mish's SP feeling about the relationship with Mish right now? Okay, we're asking. Lordy, those came out quick. I like that. Okay. Oh, Mish. I'm almost tempted to put these back, not because they're bad. These came out so quick. Reverse. Okay, yeah. Oh, Lord. Mish. Okay. I know you've been doing your homework. I know you have. And I also know because I've got 4 readings that I'll be, if I get off here before midnight, I'll be posting tomorrow. And there's just been a shift, y'all. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Neptune changing signs or Uranus changing. I don't know what, but there's been a real shift in these readings that I've been doing lately. So Mercury is going retrograde, as I said earlier. People come back, yada, yada, yada. This is the quintessential card of somebody who doesn't want to walk away. Somebody coming back or just doesn't want to walk away. Maybe spying on you, maybe looking in. I'm just saying, what were we talking about earlier? This can also mean potential communication. I'm glad to hear that. You're detached. I'm glad. Yeah, I know you've been doing homework. And yes, detached is the way to be. Either way. Now, I think he's afraid this is who he would be met with at the door, or, proverbial, metaphorically, which is the Queen of Swords in reverse. Cold, uninterested, don't want to hear what you have to say, because I feel like he's talking about you here. 3 of Swords in reverse because of I know the story, so that's why it's helping me to read these cards like I am. Okay, yeah, but spying, okay, he can't spy, right. It can be even thinking about you a lot. It can be looking back at pictures or looking at your social media. That's a kind of spying here when I talk about spying. Whatever. It can be just thinking about you a lot. Yeah, I mean, he thinks this is how you are right now, because you're healing from a broken heart, okay? He's trying to be patient. Temperance card. So you both have binoculars. Oh, I just misread your comment. He can't spy if you're spying. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, I didn't read that. Oh, yes, he can. The Temperance card. Patience, hoping, waiting for things to balance, right? And then, girl, that's my number 1 card of movement, communication. Now, that's why I almost put these cards back. I do not want to get your hopes up, Mish. I don't. I really don't. But this is a strong reading here of somebody wanting to talk. But, here's the but. Third party. He knows you're still in a situation you're trying to end. This is still the linchpin. And what's at the bottom of the deck? The other card that represents I can't move on. I can't let go. I can't move on to calmer waters. Now, I will say, he could be saying he doesn't know if you have moved on, where you are. I'm feeling that too. Because I think he's wanting to know, in other words, let me translate this. Has she moved on to calmer waters? Where is she? Is she still carrying this heavy, heavy burden here? Is she in the middle of that? The 5 of Wands is bickering, fighting like you would in any divorce situation, right? So we can't put any work into that if that's still going on. Holy moly, that really, I did not see this coming. Let me see what you said here. So I'm not spying, that's not my spying, I've detached, I know. Yeah, he's assuming, but also we have had no communication in 5 months, right? Okay, and I've never gotten it. No, that's what I'm saying. I almost put these cards back because of that, because I've been doing your readings for a minute, and no, this is very different. He could ask how I'm doing for one and just see if you're okay. He could. He just assumes, well, yeah, if there was no social media, he would never know, right? Meaning when I'm divorced, and yeah, I put it, yes, and you'll put that as your status, and ta-da. Then we'll see how the readings change, won't we? So, Mish, holy cow, I did not see this coming. Again, I have felt this shift, y'all. I have felt the shift. There is a disturbance in the force, people. Well, I know. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong. You want me to tell you I'm wrong? I know. Well, it took me a second to get that one, Melanie. Wasn't that hysterical? I know. Because, come on, we all know we do it. Don't tell me you don't. Don't you tell me you don't. I know we all do it. I know you let go. So do I. And what do you think? When you let go, what happens to that rubber band? When you let go of your end of that, what happens? Or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. It's yeah. There is a shift. There is a disturbance in the force. I really have felt that. So, I'd be saying disturbance in the force. Have you really been saying that? In the Schwartz. Right, the Schwartz. May the Schwartz be with you. I know, I love that. Spaceballs. Amen, amen. Good movies. Both of them, the original and the Spaceballs. Oh, God. I'm trying to remember who all was in that movie. Was that Candy? What was his name? Oh, no, I can't think now. Who was it? Oh, Mel Brooks, was it? Who was in that movie? I'm trying to think. Well, I know. It's, God, I hope I'm right. This one. Anything else you want to tell us? You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to put these back and ask real quick if he has any intentions on actions anytime soon. Aw, thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Well, please come back. I'm here usually 2 or 3 nights a week, and of course I've got a whole playlist of other things on my channel. I hope you'll go and look at those. My readings are timeless. Michelle has gone back and watched, I think, every one of my previous videos. Bless her heart. She's my biggest supporter. Well, absolutely, Michelle. I don't preach this because I want to hear myself talk. It works. Mel Brooks, I think so. Yeah, I know. We'll have to Google that, I guess. Yeah. Anything else now? Oh, I know what I wanted to ask. Because we asked this before. I want to know if anything's changed. When Michelle's divorce is final, what actions, if any, will this person take? Will her SP take? What are his intentions when this divorce is final? Not that deck, apparently. All right, let's try this little guy here. Mm-hmm. I'm not showing you that card. Nah. Nah. Did that one come out? What are his intentions toward you? I gotta ask him that. I know, right? I love Sheldon. I joke, I sleep like Sheldon does. I love that show so much. Yeah, it will. It will, or it'll pop in my head at 2 o'clock in the morning is what'll happen, Melanie, too. Oh, Lord. Yep, exactly. 2 in the morning. That's when it comes to me. You have to get up and go do that bathroom run, and that's when it comes. The whole cast will be playing in my head. Okay, there was some comedy movie. Now, I don't know that it was this one, that actually Sigourney Weaver played in one of those kind of space funny comedy things like that. Am I making that up? Was that in an alternate universe? Somebody on here Google who the cast was in that movie. It's going to drive me crazy. Okay, you're not wanting to talk. Okay. Well, let's try the big one, because this is Misha's favorite deck, Light Seer. Hey Siri, who is in the cast of the movie Spaceballs? Oh, it's not going to answer me because I got it muted, I guess. Oh, it's also got to confuse Julianne Moore for some. Yeah, I can see some resemblance though. Stubborn. This guy is really stubborn. Can I just say that, Mish? Can I just say that out loud? The guy from Casper, maybe I can't. Yeah, Aries, yes. Yes, Aries. Okay. He's going to let you take some time out to heal. Mm-hmm. Essentially, he's going to let you take some time out to heal. Fair. Okay. Now, he's also going to be wondering, because this card can be in the reverse, Seven of Cups in reverse can talk about confusion. And it can talk, well, it can be like too many choices. So I'm wondering if he's wondering if you have options. Making a choice. Oh. Well, now that's conflicting. He's wondering, okay. Okay, he's wondering if you're still waiting on him. Yeah. Somebody making a choice here. And this is, I could say, you know, the 3 of Wands in reverse to me is somebody who's tired of waiting, who's not going to wait anymore. Okay. But I'm not reading it that way because the card right behind it, the 2 cards right behind, Judgment in the upright and the Magician in the upright. This feels like he's saying, well, I don't know if she's still waiting on me or not. I don't know I don't know. Does she want to see me? Does she want to manifest something together? Is she in calmer waters in her life yet? So I think he's going to be in the unknown. Does she even want to invest in something long-term again? That's a legit question. Or, yeah. How does he see you? That's even, I know I'm dragging this on, but, you know, I don't have anybody waiting, do I? I don't think I do. Do I? John Candy. Yeah, okay. John Candy. Bill Pullman played Lone Star. Oh, my. See, I didn't remember that. Oh, now it's Rick Moranis. I do remember that. That's okay. Rick, I remember him in that silly helmet. Yes, Rick Moranis. That's right. Bill Pullman and John Candy. I remember that. Okay. Daphne's okay. I do not remember her, Daphne. I was thinking that wrong. Okay, so Zacorny Weaver was not in it then. He's just confused, yes, but doesn't initiate to even get an idea. Well, not yet. Joan Rivers. I did not remember that. Are you kidding me? Joan Rivers was in it. Oh, Lord have mercy. No, me either. See? Okay, this might be a case of the Mandela effect. What are y'all thinking? How many? 31 people here, right? The 42 people. How many of y'all have heard of the Mandela effect? Okay, thanks, Mish. I know, thanks for pulling through me. Dark hair with blue eyes, so yeah, I like that. Sugar Jumper, you have? Who else has heard of the Mandela effect? Of course, Nicole says of course. Hey David, hey Sugar, hey Nicole, oh, well Nicole, yeah, of course. Mish, add that to your list for homework. It's pretty interesting. Can we all agree? Let me know if you agree. It's kind of like saying a glitch in the matrix, but it's it's like, okay, let me ask you this. One of the more common ones. Well, I'm thinking of 3. It's basically like the mass public remembers something one way, and if you Google it or you find videos and stuff about it, it'll say, no, it was never that way, it was this way. But thousands of people remember it being a different way. That's probably oversimplification. Yeah, Melanie, that's kind of it. Hey, Sugar Jumper. Again, let's see. Connor, has, yes, of course. So the Britney Spears one was one about her microphone. That was one. And then whether she had it on or not. Let's see, I'm trying to think of some of the others. Oh, the big one was about Publishers Clearinghouse. And what was his sidekick, Johnny Carson's sidekick, what was his name? Being a representative for Publishers Clearinghouse. Now that was something you young people wouldn't know about. That was my generation. But that was another one. I'm not done, Mish. Hang on. There you go. Melanie's got it. Collective misremembering of something that never actually happened or was different from how it's remembered. Yeah, that's good enough. Definitely had the headset. Nicole, Nicole said, yeah, I definitely had that headset, and the Barbie doll too. Laugh it out. So there are. Just do a search on YouTube for the Mandela effect, and you can actually type in Mandela effect Britney Spears, and it'll probably come up. So yeah, it's a whole phenomena thing. I'm asking a question in my head for Mish. Something like that, yes. Something akin to that. Let me get this out, and then I'll talk about it. Yeah, talking to my team and listening to my intuition and messages. All right, the question I asked Mish was, if when your divorce is final, you posted something on your social media that he saw, a lot of ifs there, but if he saw a post about you being single, how would he feel? I gotta be strong, I gotta be strong, I gotta be strong. I might not want to settle down, I might not be ready for that. I might not. Or he's saying, kidding aside, he's probably still questioning in his mind, is this behind you, this unhappiness about your relationship that just ended, is that behind you? Because it would illuminate a lot of things to him. And you know what that card is? That's the anxiety card, sleepless nights. And I think he feels like this feels, there's that competition, conflict card again. I think it would feel to him like an internal conflict, like, oh Lord, what do I do now that that's over? What do I do now? What do I do now with this woman here? What do I do with that? Yeah, thinking back on the past, I couldn't help myself. Mish. Y'all talking about the Mandela effect still? What else? Yeah, I think this would... Oh, that's a lot of cards. Well, okay. There's that Eight of Wands again. I might likely communicate, but I might tell you, yeah, see, I'm just not sure he's ready to settle down, and that's not that card's meaning. What I'm saying is, this is the Seven of Pentacles. It talks about investing in the long term, but it's also about divine timing. So I kind of feel like he's saying, oh, two things. Oh no, because it's in reverse. This might be the right time because there may already be a third person in the picture. And that might make you unhappy, and them too. He may be in a commitment by then. Wait, no, there's two ways I'm going to read this. Even though it's probably not stable. Yeah, it's not stable. And it's not balanced. And there's no equal give and take there. Now, if that's one possibility. So that could be a conversation, sadly. In other words, he might be tempted. I know. Like he might freak out, right? Yep. This reminds me of your it list. Is that what it's called? Somebody help me out. What's that list of, the list, it's called like if you're in a partnership, for example, and you each have a list of people that, if you, like a famous person that you met, even though you're in a committed relationship, if you met that person, it's okay for you to be with that person because, you know, they're who they are. And wow, so what is that list called? Somebody help me out here. Hall pass. Thank you. Hall pass. Melanie's got it. Yeah, it's almost like I'm getting a funny energy about that. Maybe he's thinking of you as being the hall pass. I don't know. Okay, so but there's another story here. Hang on. You know, I got to dig. You know, I got to feel it out here. There's that Seven of Cups in reverse again. Uh-oh. Now I got two queens down here. I don't like that. Oh, crap. Yeah, he might be. Shoot. Yeah, because sometimes the Seven of Cups in reverse can talk about I'm done having options. I got a Queen of Swords here and a Queen of Cups and somebody who's not single, so I can't move on this. Who? The Emperor. Yeah, I may have to walk away, even though I can see myself having feelings for this. Oh, Misha, I hope that's... You got to get busy. You got to do more homework, girl. Now, you know, I got to say, this is just one small potential. And honestly, there's another story here, but I don't know why. I feel it. I feel it. I'm just not clear on what it is. So that's just one potential. The other potential is he's doubting himself. I don't know, because I know... I don't want to confuse this person with a deist person, but I think you told me at one point he was thought of as being a player. And that would, this is not the player card, but this makes me think, maybe he thinks, I don't know if I want to do anything for the long term. I want to celebrate, I want to come in, I want to communicate to you, but I'm not sure this is going to be a long-term thing. So how about let's just celebrate for a little while and see, because I'm not sure it's going to make me happy. I don't know, but then I got this Hierophant in the upright here, and that's what's confusing me. This is, why is it in the upright? This is somebody who would commit. Oh, so it could be your person's just struggling. Do I or don't I? Am I or not? Who am I? You know, am I a person who could commit? Am I a person who doesn't want to commit? That might be what this is. And it could have to do with he may be experiencing some kind of instability here, or even a money issue of some kind. Might have created this bit, well, I can't take care of anybody. I can't even take care of whatever's going on right now. I feel this unequal. There would be an unequal give and take. So I got two different, I know it, you knew it was going to come out. But it's flanked by this. That's why I have to, because y'all, Misha's learning tarot, so that's why I like to kind of give her these explanations. Okay, the Hierophant is flanked by the Ten of Cups in reverse. Somebody not sure if they'd be happy with a long-term commitment. And oh, I got it wrong. This King of Pentacles was in the... I might feel that's a little shaky ground. That might not feel stable with that idea. Or, again, it's literally just saying this person is not stable. And being unstable can mean a lot of things. It can mean... It's not always about money, but with that card it can be. That's what it looks like. Yes, Mish, that's what it looks like. He has been the King of Pentacles working on his money. Okay. And a lot of people, I think men in particular, their identity is strongly tied to money and how they could provide for somebody, or themselves even for that matter. Like their self-worth is tied to that a lot. Oh, Melanie, thank you for saying that, because I think it gets boring. Some people hear the same thing over and again, and they just give me the answer. I don't care what the cards say. So thank you very much for saying that. That encourages me. Thank you. So, sorry, Mish, to be ambiguous. What's maybe happening to me? Maybe I'm bouncing between two dimensions here with these readings. I mean, I'm kind of joking about that, but I'm kind of not. As we ascend, who knows? So, two potentials here. And I'm not sure they're exclusive of each other now that I think about what I just said. But... okay, what your homework is, right? He seems unstable with these thoughts all over the place. I know. Well, there could be, usually in this deep in the reading, it's already given me the backstory though. And the question I asked was, how would he act or feel if he saw that you were single? So, okay. Anything else you want to tell me? Let me see, Melanie. I'm loving your comments, Melanie. It's very important to hear what the cards have to say, which includes what you have to say as well, especially since you are channeling energy from the cards and spirit and possibly other entities. Well, gosh, thank you for saying that. Yes, I feel that way. And, of course, Misha knows my background thoroughly. But for me, because I was a reader and I used to do just cold readings and never picked up, for decades, and then picked up tarot, it's like, to me, I have to listen to that first, regardless of what this card says. So when I have a feeling... I have to look at this card and say, I know what the archetypal meaning is. How can I reconcile that with what I'm feeling? And so that's kind of how I read cards, is I try to feel it first. And so I like to think of myself as I'm not really just a card reader, I try to use my intuition above above that. And I have had cards come out upright that I knew that energy was reversed, and vice versa. You know, it's a good reader, I think, listens to their intuition first and foremost above, you know, I mean, that's just my feeling. Because, again, back to, these are a tool. You are the magic sauce. You, the reader, are the magic. These are just a tool. If you learn how to do readings and you learn how to feel the energy and learn what your personal intuitive language is, you could pick up any medium. You could pick up a deck of playing cards, or you could pick up, you know, a tea leaves or anything else. If you know, there may be some subtleties, but it's, in essence, you the reader are the vehicle here. These are just a tool. Gosh, Melanie, again, loving that comment. I'm teaching, yes, spiritual and divine teaching. I am trying. That is exactly what I'm trying to do here. Thado, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad y'all are getting something out of this tonight. Oh, really? I'm curious to who that is. That's great. You're a practitioner. Yes, I am. I heard another individual use this term as her reference. I like that. Okay. Practitioner. Yes, I like that. So Mish, I'm gonna wrap it there because I don't know what else to say about that. You know, get busy manifesting, girl. More homework, she says. And I was reading Matthew's question, any opinion on deja vu? Probably is either a past life experience or an energy or an event that makes you feel the same feeling as a past life event, because it's in your energy field. Probably. Another possible explanation could be that because I understand from some scientists that we are jumping timelines all the time. In other words, we are existing, everything is existing all at once. So we are existing in some other parallel universe. I have blonde hair and blue eyes, or I don't know, whatever. But everything else is the same. So there are subtle differences, but we can change in and out of those parallel universes sometimes. And so I think that might be another explanation to deja vu. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, Matthew. Let me see, Melanie said, instead of reader, I just realized I placed that term on you without asking if you like that term. Oh, that's so very considerate of you to ask. And no, it's fine. I consider myself a reader, yes, among other things, yes. That's perfectly fine, and I appreciate your sensitivity to that, though, because, yeah, not everybody wants to be called that. You know, I don't particularly, I mean, there are some things, like I don't particularly resonate with the word psychic, although I am one. I'm a medium, I'm a psychic, but for some reason I think maybe, I don't know, something in my past that got such a negative association with people being charlatans that I don't like to use that word, but I am. I mean, it's funny how we have those associations, and but reader's perfectly fine. Fractal holographic universe, baby. Yeah, okay, that's another way to put that, right? They're just saying, I witnessed you read for, I think, Patrice Johnson for the first time last week, and it blew me away. Oh, God, Thado. I hope you mean in a good way. Thank you. I'm going to say thank you, assuming that's what you mean. Thank you so much. I appreciate that feedback. Again, I don't always, or sometimes rarely, get that. Thank you. Oh, wow, Matthew, seriously? Because you said you felt you knew me from the first, well, maybe we have. Who knows? We could have. I mean, I totally believe in reincarnation and I know I've been a spiritual teacher of some kind before, so who knows? Now let me understand your comment here. Oh, that's not you. Well, that could be, I don't know, Sugar Jumper, you're saying that that's a caution, like a premonition of, hey, watch this or something, yeah. Oh, Melanie, gosh, thank you. Thank you, Thado. Melanie, y'all are just making me, y'all are pumping me up tonight. Thank y'all so much. Let's see. Zora Nova, welcome in, and yes, I do. Shani, good evening, everyone. First time tuning in. Is this, well, Shani, I know you're in the live, so you don't know have any idea how long I've been here, so great question. I started the reading by doing a collective love reading for what this weekend might potentially hold for us. So you might want to replay all the way back to the beginning of that. And then we talked about some other interesting subjects. We talked about, what else? We talked about numerology and just some, I don't even remember what all we talked about, but you might want to replay it. Melanie said, I was recently told that I have the ability to astral travel. Okay, and I guess sometimes I can get lost doing this or something like that. One of your previous comments reminded me of this recent fact I learned. Oh, cool. Very cool. I like how Snowdy put this, y'all. We are all talking about deja vu subject. We are all one source of energy, time, and separation is an illusion. So we are all talking with ourselves, experiencing ourselves, yes, ourself-less, the creator witnessing its own creation. Yes, that's a very good way to put all that. Yes, indeed. Yes, amen. Everybody here is much more well spoken and versed on some of this than I thought. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys are here. Agreed. Both fantastically written comments. Beautiful. I agree. So much so. Yes. Well, I knew that. I kind of thought that's what you meant, Snowdy. Selves. Yes. And of course, you get right at the critical juncture of your point, and then that you have to cut off and go in because they limit your comment there. I know we got a really good group here tonight. I am so loving the direction that my people, I'm going to call it, not like I own y'all, but you know, the people that come here are good, deep, quality thinkers, and I'm loving that. Y'all challenge me though. Of course, if y'all ask me something I don't know, I'm going to be the first to say it. Yes, thanks for sharing that, Snowdy. That was an awesome comment. Toast to you. Oh, Shani, thank you for saying that. Thank you so much. I'm just me being me, y'all. That's all I know to do. Misha and I were talking about that today. I get tickled at, because we've talked about this, I get tickled at some of the tarot readers that are here, and no criticism to any of them. We're all just doing our thing. So I'm not judging anybody. I don't do that. But some people are just naturally more showman-like because that's their personality. And I think that's fun, and there's a place for that. It's just that's not me. All I got's me. This is me. It's all I got, y'all. So it's affirming when it's just me, but I'm relating to such wonderful people, and y'all are coming into my channel and sharing. So thank you. That's my way of saying thank you. Thank you, everybody. Oh, wow, Matthew, that's so kind. That's informative and very kind. Well, Misha's told me that, but I don't have perspective. You know, when it's you, I don't have perspective to compare myself. But so I'll just say thank you very much. I just don't, I wouldn't know how to be anybody, but I wouldn't want to be anybody but me, you know. I've lived a lot of life, and if I can share that with you good people, then here I am. Oh gosh, stop it. You'll make me cry. Crikey. Jeez, Melanie, thank you. Oh, thank y'all so much, really. I do. My pedicure matches my manicure. Yes, I do. Oh, y'all. Okay, I'm going to get off and thank you, Thato. Thank you. Well, judging by the law of attraction, what I know about law of attraction is attracting people here. So I must be getting it right once in a while to attract such beautiful people as y'all. So thank you very much. And I'm sending y'all big hugs too. Got me choked up now. Stop it. Okay, I'm going to go now so I don't make a fool of myself. Ooh. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for your good energy. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'll see you again probably Sunday. Probably Sunday. You're very welcome, Melanie. I hope you'll come back. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. And prayers and blessings to your house and home and family as well. Good night, Sugar Jumper. Yes, y'all come back, please. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate you. Thank you, Mish. I think she's checked out, probably taking care of her boys. All right, guys. Many, many blessings to everybody. And I'll see y'all, Lord willing, in the creeks don't rise Sunday. If not sooner. Bye.